1994 Acura Integra. It was our friend Keys who was killed by a drunk driver.
Remembering with a Ride. The event held this weekend to honor the life of a local man killed 2 years ago and what the money raised will go towards.
Plus, new life celebration, what a local organization is hoping for after hosting a dinner for refugee citizens this weekend.
Live from WQAD, this is News 8's Good Morning Quad Cities.
Good morning and welcome. It is Monday, September 19th. I'm Julie Sis.
And I'm Jonathan Ketz. Thanks for joining us. A nice start to our Monday morning so far. The question is, will the conditions last?
Right. Let's get the details on how long they will last with meteorologist Eric Sorensen. Hi, Eric.
Yeah, we do have some more 80s on the way. In fact, we've got several more days of that. Yesterday, Muscatine got to 86 and it was 88 in Mount Pleasant. But we are starting things on a very pleasant note this morning. Into the mid-50s now. In Galesburg, you've dropped to 53 out the door. We've got clear skies, smooth sailing here for the first part of our day, but there will be changes later on. Live picture now on the Moline Eagle Eye showing us the tip-top of the trees there in Prospect Park. A nice start to our day. No rain in sight, no clouds here for most of our day. However, showers and thunderstorms will make for a bumpy end. After dinner time, I'll let you know what to expect coming up.
Eric, thank you. Breaking news this morning as New York officials say they have found a suspicious package. It was found in Union Square and 14th and Broadway in the heart of New York, as officials are asking residents to avoid the area right now. Of course, we will continue to bring you updates as soon as they become available right here on Good Morning Quad Cities. In your local news this morning, the Lodge won't be standing in Bettendorf much longer as demolition on the building starts today.
Yeah, with the tear down beginning, the question comes, what will happen to that land once it's all cleared out? News 8's Jared Ransom is live in Bettendorf with a closer look at whether there is a plan for development in place right now. Hi, Jared.
Hi, Julie, John, good morning. Yeah, the machinery right behind me, it's very quiet right now. So things are going to be changing quite a bit over the next few hours as crews begin the demolition process and clearing out the entire property here at the Lodge. Now, it was about a year ago that the Lodge shut down for good, and in December, Russell Construction acquired the property with plans for redevelopment. Now, the problem in this entire process is that there isn't a set plan for what's going to go here once everything's cleared off, which has brought a lot of concern from Bettendorf city leaders. Now, even with those issues, council members in August agreed to a 10-year tax rebate plan for redevelopment, and all of that is still in the works. Now, it was a close vote, 4-3, and supporters are saying demolition needs to happen now in order to move forward with some sort of plan with Russell.
It should be torn down and it should be taken out for the future. I think that there's concerns about the residential, the TIF, that type of thing.
Now, Bettendorf city leaders are going to have the biggest say in what goes on the Lodge property once everything is cleared out, and then Russell is going to decide whether to sign off on that agreement. But first comes the demolition process here right behind me, which will start in just a few hours. We'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Jared. A private ceremony will take place at the Lodge this afternoon at 1 o'clock to commemorate the history of the Lodge. That's followed by crews starting the demolition.
Well, there was no word on the conditions of two people this morning after a shots fired call in a car crash in Davenport early yesterday. Davenport police responded to the 1000 block of West 6th Street just before 5 o'clock. Gunfire hit several parked cars and a house, but no one was hurt by the shots. However, during the gunfire, a car crashed into a parked construction trailer. 2 people were taken to the hospital for serious injuries from that crash. 2 years after a drunk driver killed a Rock Island man, family and friends are making sure he won't be forgotten. In 2014, Tiangelo Gerard was riding a motorcycle in Davenport when a drunk driver hit and killed him. The organizers and close friends of Gerard say he loved cars, so in his memory they put together this event. All the proceeds from the show go to Mothers Against Drunk Driving of Iowa.
One of the things that we actually came out here specifically for.
I just really hope that it opens somebody's eyes so one day they're out drinking, they think, man, I shouldn't be driving.
The man who killed Gerard is currently serving a jail sentence of up to 25 years. Gerard would have been 26 years old.
This month, National Hispanic Heritage Month, and yesterday, Quad City residents celebrated Mexican Independence Day. Hundreds of people lined up on 15th Avenue in downtown East Moline for a parade and fiesta. Yesterday's event wrapped up at the Quad Cities annual Fiesta Week. Attendees and small business owners say this is the perfect way to get out in the community and celebrate Hispanic heritage. The parade is put on by the local League of United Latin American Citizens. A local nonprofit celebrated the contributions of immigrants and refugees to life here in the Quad Cities. More than 100 guests were expected at the Islamic Center in Bettendorf Saturday night. Quad Cities Alliance for Immigrants and Refugees hosted a dinner to honor those who have gone through the process of becoming a naturalized citizen of the U.S. Organizers hope that these new citizens leave feeling motivated and part of the community.
As I look around our country today, just so many people seem to be satisfied with where they're at. An immigrant and refugee, they have ones that are going to be satisfied with where they're at too, but a lot of them say, I'm here, let me do this, let me make my mark, let me get ahead.
The keynote speaker was an immigrant from China who started her own nonprofit. Well, Knoxville High did not disappoint on Friday.
This comes as we continued our pregame pep rally series right here on Good Morning Quad Cities. People in Knoxville showed off their Blue Bullet pride for their homecoming game this weekend. Now, we had to move it inside the gym because of a threat of bad weather, but everyone did have a great time nonetheless. And next Friday, we will be off to Fulton High School, where it is homecoming as well. We have all of our slots filled, so keep watching News 8's Good Morning Quad Cities to see where we go to next. Plus, don't forget to watch The Score coming up this Friday, right after the 10 o'clock newscast for all of your high school football action. Joined now by Caitlin Farron from a Fairway Grocery Stores. Little cedar plank salmon, huh?
Yes, a cedar plank salmon. Sounds fancy, huh?
Yeah.
So
Not too fancy though, right?
Not too fancy. You know what? This meal is one of the quickest prep works, the quickest cleanup, and quickest cooking time. So a really fun one. I like to have salmon on hand in the freezer to just pull out for a quick weeknight dish. So definitely a weeknight meal.
Where do we start?
So we start with, this is where you do have to plan ahead. The cedar planks need to soak at least 8 hours to prevent them from burning up on the grill. So try to do this in the morning before you go to work, and then at night you'll be good to go.
Come back home.
And there's usually a flat side and kind of a rougher side. The rough side will go on the grill, smooth side with the fish.
Okay.
So once that's soaked, we just take our salmon.
Can we put both on there?
Yeah, we can make 2 here.
There you go.
Perfect. And then we have some different herbs. So I have, the first one is thyme, and thyme is a really little leaf, and if you take kind of one sprig, you can almost just peel it downward.
Okay.
And you don't have to chop it, you just peel down. A little bit of an herb goes a long way.
And
so
just put the leftovers on the salmon?
Yes. And then the second one is rosemary, which is like a pine needle. So this is a really lemony flavor, pairs really well with fish. This one, you do need to chop just a little bit. So we'll give that a quick chop.
And then that goes on the salmon as well.
On the salmon as well. And then the last one is sage. And sage is a really potent herb, almost like a bay leaf. Kind of a cedary, lemony flavor as well. So this one we're just gonna lay the whole leaves on top, and as with a bay leaf, you'll remove this before you eat it.
Okay.
Layer that on. Lemon, which always pairs really well with fish of any sort. Layer that on the grill. I'll let you throw that one on.
Now over here, I see we have some vegetables as well.
Yes, we have some little veggies. Those are my absolute favorite pepper. They're super fun for tailgating too. You put a little cream cheese and bacon. They make a fun little side dish, but they're good just plain too as a nice little side.
How long does this cook for, Caitlin?
That's gonna go about 20 minutes.
Okay.
And you're just gonna smell, it's gonna start to get nice and smoky. If you notice your plank does start to burn a little bit, just have a mister on hand and give it a quick spray and you'll be fine.
We appreciate you joining us on Good Morning Quad Cities. The entire recipe, by the way, for this is on the website at fairway.com.
now, your local traffic report, only on News 8's Good Morning Quad Cities.
6:39, time for Total Travel, and we want to give you a live look and show you the traffic out there right now on I-74. This camera's in Molina Avenue. The city's, you can look at the traffic if you want, but the sky sure looks pretty.
I'm more so looking at the sky than
right?
the traffic.
It's a nice shot. No travel problems to report here so far this morning. Wow, you're fast.
I
you
know.
got back in here.
And put on my tie
put
again.
in your jacket.
Jeez, where did I learn that from? Still to come, right here at Good Morning Quad Cities, what federal and state investigators are saying about the dangerous device found in a New Jersey train station late last night. And why North Carolina has withdrawn their lawsuit against the federal government over the controversial bathroom bill.
He didn't share.
I'm a bad person, aren't I?
Taking a look at our forecast here. Beautiful skies. I'm glad you guys mentioned that because most of our day is going to be just fine. However, showers and thunderstorms will kind of move in as we head in toward dinner time. I'll let you know the threats on those. Ooh, beautiful shot of downtown Davenport here on a Monday. Glad to have you along.
You're watching Good Morning Quad Cities on WQAD News 8 with Jonathan Katz and Julie Sisk.